Hello, this is Dan O'Brien. I'm with Kansas State University. I want to bring a few brief thoughts to the table for folks to consider as they look at Kansas grain prices versus cost of production. And of course, the issue that we're dealing with is the coronavirus and its impact on grain markets. Take a look first at corn. When you see when you look at corn prices in central Kansas versus cost of production, we've fallen below our total cost estimate for north central Kansas, 120 bushel per acre at 336. We've fallen below that on this recent threat. See, fallen down to, again, close to 310, 315. Note that that's where we were basically last August. So it's not unfamiliar territory. It's just the suddenness of it. In yesterday's markets, we'd seen some reason for optimism with terms of exports and some movements by the U.S. government to fill the strategic oil reserve. So that's a positive. Note that we've fallen below covering total cost, but we're still above the 285 direct cost for that enterprise. And by economic theory, you can keep going if you're covering all the variable costs, and in a tough year, you can hold back on some of the fixed. We're still well above the loan rate. When you look at corn prices in southwest Kansas under irrigation, 225 bushel per acre, note that the top end cash prices at the major elevators have been covering total cost for most of this time, but in this recent fall down in prices had moved lower. Yesterday's market, Thursday the 19th of March, had moved a little bit higher, so that holds some promise. Note that we're well above direct costs without irrigation equipment and land involved, and I guess we'll see where we go. And moving on to grain sorghum, for, again, north central Kansas, 100 bushel per acre yield for sorghum. The higher prices have been at the terminals have been well above all costs, and again, some export optimism for grain sorghum has been a positive. On the lower end of that price range, at some of the country elevators, we've fallen below total cost, but still well above direct. And again, we'll see what some of the promising news in the market with regard to exports and other usage might bring. But we've fallen down basically to here in the last few days, down to the area where we had been in August of last year. And then finally, for sorghum in western Kansas, 85 bushel per acre dryland sorghum. Again, all costs, we've been below that for a while. Last July, we were above that at 372. But at the top end, the prices, we've fallen below the direct cost of 307 on the recent fallback for the top end of prices in the area. But on yesterday's rally in the markets, have moved back over that. So again, I think what you've seen in these markets is a big hit that happened in the short run, and hopefully by the time the market regains its footing, we'll see prices balance, recalibrate, and move to the higher side. We shall see. Thank you.